evening, everyone. Today we are doing a PPT on face mask detection. This is a PPT for our PBL project. The following PPT is given by Vaidehi Koite, Pranjal Kunde, Kunal Mai, Janvi Mulane, Ashwini Nikam, and Ajay Nayakwal. Our PPT is on face mask detection and alert system. The following content in this PPT will be introduction, motivation, objective, workflow diagram, data set, implementation, training and testing, and conclusion. So as we all know that coronavirus has been around the whole year from March 2020, and it has affected every single individual all over the globe. Even we are trying to take measures on our side. So this is a contribution from our college. Our project is to be prepared a data set which will detect whether a person is wearing face mask or not and send an alert system. So the motivation behind this is as COVID is spreading rapidly, the World Health Organization has given some suggestions, which is maintaining social distance, wearing face mask, or using hand sanitizer. So as we all know that people do not wear face mask, so this app is gonna tell us if the person is wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. The objective will be given by Kumar.
Thank you, Vaidehi. Let's see about objective. This type of model is created using dataset with marks and without marks to identify person. In this model, person are identified on the camera with marks and it sends an alert message to the respective authority with the picture of the person without marks. So they can alert them and take an action against them. Vaidehi, please change slide. Now you can see this is workflow diagram. In this, we divide our model in two phases. In first one, we train the face mask detector and build the model. And second one is apply the model and send. In phase one, we train the face mask detector and build the model. In this, the data set with and without marks are collected and train the face mask classifier using TensorFlow and build the model using dataset. We will change the slide. Here we completed a phase 1. In phase 2, we apply the phase 1 model and send the email. So now first step is to load the built model and camera are switched on and the faces are detected using CV2. Now it extracts the face ROI in camera video. There it applying the built model to detect face marks. If face marks is not found, it captures the image and send an email with the attachment of captured image to the respective authority so that they can take action against the person. Now, Janvi will explain you about dataset.
Thank you, Kunal. Datasets. Collection of two datasets, one with face without mask and another with faces with mask is done using Kaggle technology. Basically, Kaggle allows users to find and publish datasets, explore and build models in a web-based data science environment. After the collection of data, the data pre-processing is done to extract only the useful information required for our application. So there are three steps included in this process. First is visualization of data. That is, in this process, the representation of data in the forms of simple format is done. Second, conversion of images into gray image. That is, this involves conversion of RGB image, that means colorful image, into grayscale image. In this, application does not play important role, but introducing non-essential information could increase the size of data required to achieve good performance. Therefore, we use grayscale image for making of data sets. Third and lastly is image reshaping. In order to bring the uniformity among all the images, reshaping of the image, whereas can only accept the fine-tuned images. So in this input images are reshaped. That is the dimensions are modified so that they can be implemented into the model. And finally, there are two outputs. That is, there are two data sets with mask and without mask. The data is converted into data set level that you can see on the screen. Thank you. I will hand it over to Ajay.
Thank you, Janu. Implementation. Implementation face model data set are loaded by using training Python. Classify are training using TRS and TensorFlow model are built using data sets. And now that we receive your face mask data set, let's learn how we can use and by automatically data set whether a person is wearing a mask or not. Automation is task will be fine running the highly efficiency architecture that can be applied to industrial device with limiting computation capacity. For example, Google or nanotechnology, etc. Developing your face mask detector industrial device would reduce the cost of manufacturing such as mask detection system. Training here will focus on loading your face mask detection dataset from this training a model on this dataset and then serialize the face mask detector to disk. Once the focus mask detector is training, we can then move on loading the mask detector, performing face detection and then classifying each faces as with mask or without mask. Training uses of Ashwini.
Thank you, Ajay. Let's move toward the testing. Uh, the build models are loaded using test py, that is Python. Whatever the model that we are using is built in the Python, and how the test is done is cameras are switched on. When we use this program or this method in our corporation or in our office or in an area, our place, we have to switch on the camera. We have to put it on a proper place so that it can detect the persons and the face. Faces are detected using CV2, and if identify the person without mask, images is captured. Captured image is sent to respective authority through an email with it, the attachment of the image. That is, whenever the person with mask or without mask will pass through the area under our camera will detect that person. And if it senses that the face is with mask or without mask, he will detect that the absence or presence of the mask. And the point is, if that face is just covered with hand or hanky or something else, then it will also detect that it is not mask. And if the person or that the face is without mask, then our camera will capture the picture. And this picture will be mailed by our system to the respective person. This email of that person will be registered in our office or our corporate in our place with the registrations, so that people's or that person will know that he is supposed to wear the mask at that situation, and the thing that is going on is not good for him or all the society. Please change the slide. And you can see in this slide how the testing is going on and how the programming is done. Here we can see the coding of our programming. It is done in the Python, and this is how our model or our program has made. Change the slide. Let's move towards the results. We can see there are three pictures in our slide. The first is single person without mask. Second is a single person with mask. And third is the group. We all know that whenever group or two or three people come into the place, we can't detect that who is with the mask or without mask. There is some confusion in it, but the camera can detect it also, and it can also detect that the exact person with mask and without mask, and he will send the mail to that person attachment with the picture which has clicked by the camera. We all know that the thing is sent through that the person with this mail, and this mail is automatically inserted in the program, so that just the program just have to do this. It just have to take the picture, attach it with the mail, and the system will send it to the respective person, so that he'll know that he's supposed to wear the mask. And that's all.
Now, we all are on a conclusion that collected data sets of the people with and without face mask from the Kaggle, where Kaggle allows the user to find and publish the data sets, explore and build the models. Trained face mask classifiers using Kera's TensorFlow, and we created a model using the datasets and built a model is loaded when a cameras are switched on. CV2 detects the faces, and faces are extracted. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. This model is built to detect the face mask. If the mask is not identified, it captures the image of a person and send an email containing the image captured and send it to the respective authorities. Our study is not only monitors a person who doesn't wear a mask, but also let the authorities know who are not wearing it, so that the action can be taken immediately, which is meaningful for the prevention of the infectious diseases, that is coronavirus. Next slide, please. These all are the references which we are taken in our project, and this is all about the face mask detection with alert system. Next slide, please. And now, special thanks to Joshi sir for guiding us and giving us such a huge support, and also thanks to our institute for giving us the opportunity to develop our skills. Thank you.